And so Dabura's, you can go on Dabura's Dragon Ball Wiki, and it says Dabura is the king of the demon realm. Existing for thousands of years, Dabura was a demon king placed under the wizard's Babidi's control by a spell. And so, would this be called Dragon Ball Daima? Dragon Ball Daima, it supposedly translates to Dragon Ball Evil. So more so maybe, I'm not sure if it's Babidi or Majin Buu, but maybe Dabura is, relevant here as well.
I'm not gonna lie, on the still that I have right now, the dude on the right could easily be a descendant of Dabura. Especially with the new art style.
Well, his sister.
Compared to the Z art style.
Right.
So, I mean, who knows? But
Fu is his nephew, and To is his sister.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so, when you were speaking about Fu anyways, I was already, in my mind drawing the...
Oh, I never knew that about Fu.
Yeah, and that's the thing about... that's canon,
so
too.
He comes from that Dabura lineage?
Yeah.
Oh, what canon does Fu pop up in? Or is it just kind of manga?
It's just basically not really manga. It's just a creation. It's basically because it came out of
his backstory.
Yeah, his backstory, and I guess Toriyama's mouth. So therefore, it makes it canon in itself, I guess.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. I guess he was originally created for Dragon Ball Online. Oh, that was Toriyama had a lot of hands-on with I think Dragon Ball Online. Yeah. The Dragon Ball series creator Akira Toriyama had a great deal of control over the project, both contributing to and having complete supervision of the story and art design, including character and location arrangements. So yeah, Fu's he's canon.
This is for Heroes.
No, that's Dragon Ball Online.
Yeah, you were just talking
about. It was an old game that came out in 2000, 2011.
Oh, so that's where Fu was from?
Originally, I guess he was supposed to be in there.
Wow, okay. That's crazy. See, I did not know that. That definitely changes things. Now that makes me think even more that this dude is part of that lineage.
Yeah.
Even more so than I thought before. Wow, okay.
So, I mean, would it be more so Dragon Ball Evil? Because, I mean, people were saying Dragon Ball Magic. Like, Babidi was like...
Yeah, where did that come
from? I'm not sure.
Well, I guess it's not hard to see
maybe like a translation or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And you brought up, too, when they were going through that transformation from adult to kid in the trailer, that it just looked... I put the word on it, but it looked kind of like magical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've never really seen a Dragon Ball wish have effects like that. Mm-hmm. But again, this is new art style, new animation. It's a lot more eye-catching. So I could see them adding that aspect into it for a Shenron wish. And I feel like they're not going to put Shenron there and be like, oh, make your wish. If that's not a big aspect in it. So I think it's safe to assume that these guys found the Dragon Balls and made this wish to bring this to fruition.
Yeah.
I think that's safe to say.
Maybe... because when Shenron said... What did he say? He said, what is your wish? That was initially when he came out.
Yeah.
Shenron could have been, affected maybe somehow, like... the dragons were in.
Yeah, it says now state your wish.
So we don't know if during that period of time and the time the wish was granted, if anything happened to Shenron. Because as we've seen, King Piccolo killed Shenron. So it's not like Shenron is untouchable or anything like that.
1,000,000%. And they did show a weird claw in the beginning that didn't look like the bottom of anything. That looked like a claw of something.
Oh, really?
And it looked like something was wrapped around a planet of some sorts. It was like at the very beginning, after the countdown. Let me pull this up.
Cause I think even in Dragon Ball GT,
because like look at that right here. Hold on, I gotta go back a little more. But look at that.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
is
I
that
thought
the root
yeah,
of
I
a
think that was
planet?
just a reflection of that. I thought that's what I took it as.
Okay,
That's what
maybe.
I took it as.
Maybe, yeah. Because to me, that initially looked like a claw, but now watching it back, I'm not gonna say reflection, but I could see that being a root.
Right. Yeah.
But what would you be most excited to see coming out of this series? Obviously, I mean, we're both Dragon Ball fans, but
how they're gonna incorporate Goku and Vegeta's rivalry as kids.
That's gonna be amazing to see for sure. I wonder how their power levels. Well, because they got to keep the same power, I would assume, right?
Well, in GT, I think Goku was in kid form. I don't know if you remember, but he couldn't sustain certain forms or certain powers for so long because his body was smaller. I don't know if that was like a nerf just cause.
And it wasn't canon, so we can't put too much onto that.
Yeah, of course.
But that does make sense.
But it was a good little,
that doesn't not make sense. That kind of would have to be how that would go, I would think.
Yeah, I don't see we're going to be seeing any Super Saiyan Blues or Super Saiyan Reds or anything like that. I mean, you know, at around this time period, the most Goku had was, I guess, if maybe Super Saiyan 3. It all depends on where this is falling at. If this is after they defeat Majin Buu or Kid Buu with the Spirit Bomb, then we'll see Super Saiyan 3. And that's the only way I could even see that's even being possible. This has to be that year after everybody. Well, I don't know. This year in between the time that Kid Buu was defeated and Majin Buu was basically able to interact with society because they made the wish to erase everybody's memory. You know?
Right, yeah. And we see Hercule in there. And usually nowadays in the newer anime, when we see Hercule, Buu's right there. So either they're keeping Kitty Buu. I'll say Kitty Buu because Kid Buu is a whole different thing. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're hiding Kitty Buu and want to pull him out from under the carpet, But I feel like if there was a Kitty Buu, we would have seen him next to Hercule. Maybe even a little pink behind Hercule in the background. You know what I mean? To tease him a little bit, but. This does seem like we're not getting that,
bro. Because it's like, okay, if it's Fat Buu and everybody's getting wish to kids, does that mean he goes to Kid Buu?
That's why I was saying Kitty
so
Buu, because Kid Buu isn't really a kid.
There could be like a little thing,
you know, we know what it is. So that's some Americanized. We try to put the kid label on them, and that's not even really what was going on.
Yeah. His real version is just demon.
Yeah, because that's easily just his most evil form.
Yeah, basically pure evil Buu. That's what his name is.
That's like the direct translation.
Yeah, of his actual name in Japanese, Junsui, maybe.
Got you. Okay.
Junsui.
So, do you think that we're gonna get so when Super started, right? We got Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan for like one episode. Never seen it again because this fool went blue. And then that Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is essentially useless. So do you see us getting another useless form? Not useless, but another one-off form?
Useless. And he used it.
I definitely used the wrong word. Okay. I definitely used the wrong word. Sure. But I meant more so. Do you see a form?
Basically, I think you said it got got cannibalized by Super Saiyan Blue.
Exactly. Yeah. Like he just surpassed it so fast that there was just no need for it.
Yep.
So do you see something like that coming to Daima, or even like maybe a one-off to where, who knows? Like we touched on, they were calling this Dragon Ball Magic. So maybe some weird way, again, we don't know who these dudes are, their powers, how they're going to be utilized or used against them. So do you see us getting a new Goku form?
Well, can we did we get any actually full body shots of Goku from this new series yet?
As a kid?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when he had his staff.
Okay,
his,
it's kind of hard there. Okay, right there,
right here,
there.
Right
okay,
there.
So he has no tail. Okay, because I'm trying to think like maybe we'll get like some Uzaru, forms or something maybe, but there's no tail. So I was hoping maybe they go because the Uzaru form is a fan favorite, so I thought maybe we could get something from there.
What's the Uzaru form?
That's the Great 8 form.
Oh, okay. People were thinking we were gonna get that.
No, I'm just saying
Oh, you said that's a fan favorite. My bad.
Yeah, that would just be something I would like to see how they incorporate.
People just like them being big ass monkeys.
Yeah, I mean it was always a good thing because when Goku first transformed that one time at Pilaf's Pilaf's castle when he destroyed it, that was always interesting when he first did it, and then was that his first time or was it at the tournament? One of the two.
No, it wasn't it when it was like right after the Ox King stuff, right?
Well,
because I feel like it was after he like met Chi-Chi, and then they were in that tower, or not tower, but what would you call that castle-y place?
Yeah, was that Pilaf's castle?
I'm not 100%.
When he had like
sure.
Bulma and Yamcha and that's when Oolong reached for. Yeah, that was Pilaf's castle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but so I think it was that, and then the World Tournament, and then I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so basically all those times that he had transformed, he was like not in control of himself and everything, but we just knew it was like a very strong form that he had, and I guess he kind of never did it again after that until I think Dragon Ball Z when Gohan transformed into Grade 8. And
I forgot that happened. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, and basically almost that when they was fighting against Vegeta and stuff. Oh no, well, first I was with when he was training with Piccolo, and then Piccolo pulled off his tail. But basically what I was just saying was eventually we get down the way to GT, and finally Baby and took over Vegeta's body, and he was in control of it. I think that was the first time we ever got to see
how much.
That was the first time we ever got to see the Zaru form in control, and it was so cool, in that time. And that was one of the most, I think, like in not Baby Saga and GT was probably like the best saga in GT, aside from maybe.
and I've told you GT is definitely my favorite series of all time in Dragon Ball. It was just very fun. It was just so different from what we've seen in Z. We got Kid Goku back. I felt like it was just a perfect mix of Z and the original.
Because they had there was a thread again. There was an adventure.
A real threat.
Yeah.
These were real villains.
Yeah.
Like these dudes in this Daima stuff, and in that last Gohan and Piccolo movie, they didn't look like shit.
You talking about
like
Cell
the
Max?
bad guys just look whack.
You talking about Cell Max?
You know what I mean? What was that?
You talking about Cell Max?
Yes. Cell Max, the dudes that were running the Red Ribbon Army, like these dudes look like boof ass villains. Like just how they look. Like Baby, that nigga look like a gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like those bad guys looked for real. Cause wasn't there was an evil person for each Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah, the Shadow Dragons.
They all looked ill. They all looked like real villains. You know what I mean?
Well, a couple of them I wasn't too much of a fan of.
Well, there's more than a handful of Dragon Balls. You know what I mean? So if 3 or 4 of them look crazy, like that's real ill.
Mainly it was like the last. I think 3 were, or last 2 or 3 was really the best though.
I would have to agree.